The sleeves are kind of long and I think they're going to grow even longer whilst blocking. Lesson learned, don't eat chocolate and knit at the same time. This project has hurt my hands like no other, but I am worried about this. So, oh my god, I've got all my balls in a twist. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I am so excited to start this video today because this is going to be a Salty Days sweater project vlog. It is officially my 1 year knitting anniversary. I started knitting for the first time on the 7th of January 2024, picked up a pair of 12mm needles and fell in love with knitting. So to celebrate my 1 year knitting anniversary, I really wanted to cast on a new project that would push my skills and my boundaries even more, and I just couldn't think of a better pattern than the Salty Day sweater by Kuto Fakika. This pattern definitely did the rounds last year. I saw so many people making it. I've never done a full over textured sweater before, and I just thought this would be the best way to improve my skills even more and create a jumper that I literally couldn't even comprehend being able to make a year ago. So in this vlog I'm going to be making the Salty Day sweater along with you. I'm going to be showing you my progress every step of the way, updating you on any problems that I have in the pattern, and hopefully being able to try and help you if you ever get stuck when it comes to making it yourself. I made my first knitting project vlog with the porcelain sweater by Knit, and I feel like I've really found a community on YouTube since that video. I really loved that video was able to help some of you trying to make the porcelain sweater, so I wanted to do the same for the Salty Days because I know that it's a pattern that definitely some people have had issue with. So I have done my gauge swatch and I've already hit a roadblock. No fault of the pattern itself, it's just my stupidity. So the suggested yarn for the Salty Day sweater is 1 strand of Sadness Garn Double Sunday held together with a mohair, or any kind of DK and lace weight yarn held together. I am a big fan of looking on Ravelry and seeing what other yarns people have used for their project, and I saw that some people were using Knitting for Olive Merino, used 19 times apparently. I went to Copenhagen on holiday at the start of December and I was like, I'm going to go into the Knitting for Olive store and choose out my yarn for this project, and I'm going to use Knitting for Olive Merino and Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair. I spent loads of time in this store choosing the shades, holding shades up to my face to try and make sure I got the nicest kind of colour for my skin tone. I knew that I wanted like a whitish one, but Knitting for Olive have so many different shades of white, so it was really fun to go into store and be able to try those all against my skin in real life. And I eventually settled on a colour called Limestone. So here it is, it looks like this. It was between this and the shade Cloud. Cloud is like more of a pinkish colour, and I thought this might work well because it's a little bit more cool toned. It kind of has that grey toned look to it. So I went for 5 balls of Knitting for Olive Merino in the shade Limestone and 5 balls or maybe 6 balls of Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair, also in the shade Limestone. And then I got home and at the start of the year, very excitingly, cast my gauge swatch on and ran into a problem because look at this. This is so gappy. You can see everything through it and it was completely off gauge. Like I measured it before I blocked it and then I blocked it and it is so off gauge, and I was just like, there is a problem here. This does not look like everyone else's Salty Day sweater. So then I had a look again on Ravelry and I realised that everyone who had used Knitting for Olive Merino had held it double. I think I almost cried at my stupidity of not looking at the details properly beforehand and not realising that Merino isn't like a DK weight, it's more of maybe a fingering weight. Yeah, it's a light fingering weight, it's even smaller. So I am just a massive idiot basically, and then I had to make an order on Knitting for Olive and get 6 more balls of the Merino in Limestone so I could hold it double. I am so gutted at this. I wish that I had just realised that, and instead when I went to the store I would have picked up heavy merino instead, which would have been cheaper overall because heavy merino is cheaper than the merino, but also now I'm holding merino double. This is just turning out to be the most expensive project I think I've ever done. I'm a little bit of a cheapskate sometimes, so I'm sad to have been not wasting money, because I know this is a jumper that I'm going to be wearing a lot, but just sad that I could have saved some money here and I didn't, because I was also lumped with a huge custom tax on my Knitting for Olive order. So my new balls of Knitting for Olive merino in limestone arrived, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell here, but they are so different. I way prefer the one that they sent when I ordered it online to the one that I actually bought in store. This one to me looks really green, and this one is obviously a different dye lot, but I way prefer this one. It's more of like a white, which is what I wanted. Can you see the difference there, or am I being pickety? Even my husband can see a difference, and he is not the best at colours. So yeah, I was very sad about that. So now this adds a tiny bit more stress into my life, because I'm going to need to make sure that I hold one of the old dye lots together with one of the new dye lots, so that I'm not left with like a patchy, stripy, salty day sweater. So I haven't gauge swatched again, but I'm hoping it will be fine, and I'm hoping to cast on very shortly. So I'm excited to share this salty day sweater progress with you. I'd love to know if you're going to cast this on at any time soon as well, and yeah, I hope this helps any of you that are thinking of making it in the future. Also, can I quickly show you my gauge swatch board, because I'm so proud of it. Look how cute this is. I just got a little cork board, and I've got all my kind of swatches laid out here. I need some more pins, so they're not laid out the nicest at the moment, but very excited about that. An update: I cast on for my salty day sweater last night, and oh my god, I'm already loving this project. It's already so fun. Like, I feel like I've been in a little bit of a bad mood the past couple of days, but I cast this on last night and it instantly just brightened my mood. I went to bed feeling very happy because I started a project that I'm very excited about, and seems to be working out quite quickly already, which is so weird. Excuse the state of me, by the way. I've been working from home all day. It's so cold in my house, so I've had to put a dressing gown on, and it's also been hair wash day, so I've got my hair in a little plait to dry so it dries all curly. So I cast on last night. I'm holding one strand of each dye lot, and there is a slight difference in the colour, but I don't think it's very noticeable when I'm knitting with it. I've also printed my instructions out, which has made it so much easier to work on than having to keep unlocking my phone. I actually import all of my patterns into an app called Row Counter, which I pay for. It is free, but you can also pay for it, and it's incredible because you can just like categorize all your patterns. I'm not sure you can see this, but this is all the patterns that I have ready to go, and for example, if I click in one, then I can just see the pattern in there and scroll through it, and there's a little row counter at the top there. So normally I track it on that, but because this pattern has charts and stuff, I had it all printed out, so I'm working like row by row in the pattern. And you start off by casting on just a very small amount for the back of the neck and working increases, so you get a kind of like, I don't know, what do they call this, a trapeze shape, trapezoid shape. I did this yesterday in the evening. It probably took a few hours, probably about 4 hours. I was knitting a lot last night, and I just think it looks so great. And I've also done a little like eyelet round at the bottom there, which was also so fun. Absolutely loving this project so far, and because it's 2 strands of fingering weight and 1 strand of mohair, it's just so like thick but also lightweight. That probably doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying having to work with 3 balls than it would be just to work with 2 if I'd have bought the correct yarn. But loving this project so far. So it's a Friday night. I am gonna bunker down and keep on working on this, and so far I am so happy with it. I've put a little stitch marker here which shows me what side the front is, because I thought maybe I'll get confused with the front and the back. And the bit that I've worked up so far, you can see here, is this panel here. So I'm not actually sure what I'm doing next. I think I've got a couple more rows to go, and then I need to pick up for the shoulders and start working those. Does this reach under my arm? Yeah, I think so. Once it's blocked out, it will hopefully grow a bit. So yeah, I'm going to keep continuing this. I might put a true crime documentary on. There's a couple that I want to watch and just have a very chilled evening. Okay, an update, because after I finished filming yesterday, I had such a mare. I had a mare and stopped filming basically because I was cooking dinner. I burnt my thumb, which has currently got a tiny little blister on it from where I burnt it. And I was also watching TV whilst trying to knit. So like, I was knitting with a burnt finger, trying to watch telly as well, and I made a mistake in the chart A. So much so that I had to frog it all back to before the chart, which was really annoying. I just felt like it was an absolute waste of time, but we're like past where I made the mistake now. I've done it again, and this is what it is looking like. It's looking so cool. The diamonds are starting to take shape here now, and whilst it was a little bit annoying to have to frog back, I'm glad I did, because like I don't want to make many mistakes in this. I already have made one mistake, which I haven't gone and sorted out. This is supposed to be an eyelet here, and it isn't. Don't know if you can see that. One thing that's been really helping me and has taken more time in the short term, but in the longer term I'm hoping it will mean that I make less mistakes, is just putting stitch markers every kind of repeat of the pattern, so that I can keep a track of where I am and stop making any mistakes. It's taking longer in the short term because it means I'm having to like move them across, and also having to like count I've got enough in each repeat. But I'm hoping it means I'll save time because I'm like omitting making mistakes. So yeah, this is where we are, and I'm really hoping that I can finish the back yoke today and maybe even pick up some stitches for the shoulders. That would be so exciting. This is working out so quickly. I can't believe I started it like 2 days ago and we're already up to here. And this is how much yarn I have left of each of the first ball. So yeah, I think we're doing quite well yarn amount wise so far. Okay, I feel like I'm literally about to finish the section I'm on, but I think I'm gonna have to rip back because there's a mistake. Let me show you. I've picked up stitches for the left shoulder. I've done the eyelet and I've done the ribbing, and I've decreased around the armhole and I've increased around the neckline, but this just looks holy to me, and I thought I was following the instructions right, but I'm not happy with this. So I think I'm gonna have to rip back 12 rows and sort this out because it isn't neat, and I really don't know what I've been doing wrong, because I have been following the instructions correctly. So this is just another waste of time. I'm have literally ripping back work, and it's so weird because I've literally followed the instructions to a T, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'll try it again and hope I don't drop any stitches, and hope that I can keep my place in the pattern. I've ripped it back 2 more times and done it 2 more times, and I'm still getting that hole. I don't think it's supposed to have those holes. Am I just being really pinicky here? I literally don't know what I'm doing wrong, but that gap there and there, I don't think it's supposed to look like that. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm wondering whether I just like rip this back again and then try it again tomorrow with a fresh head. But it's really annoying me because I was literally doing this exact stitch all the way down here. It did not happen, so I don't know why it's doing it now. Hello everyone, another update. So the last time I updated you, I was really getting freaking annoyed at those increases around the neckline. I'm not exaggerating when I say I ripped that back about 8 times. I did it like 8 times and it wasn't changing. I was still doing it exactly the same. I was trying loads of different techniques, still came out exactly the same. So I decided to just go with it. I just thought if it wants it to be like that, then it wants it to be like that. The only thing I did change is I tightened the stitches up and like tugged a little bit harder as I was making those increases. And anyway, I am proud to say that I don't know why I was freaking out so much, because it actually doesn't look noticeable at all. Let me show you. Okay, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here with lots of loose ends. Yeah, you really can't see at all those big gappy holes. There's like one there and that's about it, and the other side I think is absolutely fine, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. I did waste so much time on that though, but I'm so excited to say that I've made really good progress over the last 2 days, and I'm just about to join this body together in the round, so I will be able to try it on for the very first time. I've got like a proper neckline and I will have proper armholes in just a moment, so I'm going to go ahead and work this up. Yarn update, I ran out of my mohair, my first ball of mohair, so I've just started a new one, and I've got this much left of each of my balls. This was the one that I swatched with, so slightly less there. Such good progress. I've literally done like the majority of the body with just one ball of merino held double. 2 balls of merino held double. I'm just getting more and more obsessed with this. I can't believe I've made this so quick. I think I started this like Thursday last week, which is madness. Really recommending this pattern so far. I'm really enjoying it. So I think I'm attaching this and then working some cables, so that will be my first kind of cable jumper project. I will continue to keep you updated, but first I'm going to attach this in the round. I wonder if I'll have to use a bigger cable. Probably. I'm going to see how this goes. Okay, you were in a plant pot. I've just joined in the round, guys. I thought I'd try it on. So I'm going to pop this like yarn. Oh, I might pop it in my pocket. Pyjamas with a pocket, what a treat. Oh no, wait. So this is like the first time I'm properly trying it on, and I am so excited. Oh, I did put bigger cables on my needles. I'm probably going to need a yarn stopper, aren't I? Because the stitches are going to come off. I really need a nice way to like store my notions, because right now they're just dotted around. Okay, let's do this. What way's the front? What way's the back? This way's the front. Oh, I'm going to have to take this yarn out of my pocket. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cool. It's a jumper. Look at my little cat in the background. He's so cute. Okay guys, what do we think? So I am making a medium, which is a size up from what I'd normally do. I wanted this oversized. I did reread measurements of this jumper yesterday, and I realized this is going to be 30 centimeters bigger than my bust, so it's going to be super oversized on me. But I did read that on Ravelry that a lot of people's tends to come out smaller, so I'm hoping that if that is the case, it will still be slightly oversized. But yeah, this is looking so cool. I'm currently just about to start my cable chart, which is so exciting. Casted on 8 stitches under each arm, which is way more than I would normally cast on. I normally cast on about 4 under each arm, but yeah, oversized feels good, doesn't feel tight. And my only other concern was that the neckline was going to be too big, but like that is a huge neckline. But I was watching someone else's Salty Days sweater project vlog today, and theirs looked quite similar to this at this stage, so I think it will be fine. What I might do is do the chart, the cable chart, and then maybe do the neckline. I just feel like you can't really imagine a full jumper until you get the neckline done. So yeah, I might get the neckline done a little bit earlier, but I'm so happy with how this is looking. And I can't believe this is taking like 4 days. I thought this was going to be like a month-long, if not more, project. Of course, I've still got the sleeves to do, which I think will take a while, but so far, so good. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, but I will see you again probably in a couple of days when I've made a little bit more progress. Sorty Day sweater update. Today is the 18th of January, so I've been working on this just over a week now. We've made so much progress on the body. We are currently, like, literally got one more set of eyelets to go, and then I think we are in the ribbing pattern and then the ribbing for the body. And oh my god, I can't believe I've done this. So it has got this beautiful cable pattern all the way around, which took so long to do. I think I did it over 2 sittings, but quite long sittings. I did encounter a couple of mistakes that I'd had to go back and fix. A couple of times that I'd done a wrongly leaning cable and had to go back and fix that. I think I filmed a little video of one of those to show you. And then this chart C is the bit that everyone has problems with, and I honestly, when I worked this up, I didn't breathe. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole chart. I was just petrified of making a mistake because everyone complains about, I think maybe the pattern had a bit of a mistake in. It's since been fixed, but it is complicated to understand row 5 of chart C. So if you're having problems with that, go on the Sorty Day Sweater Ravelry page, and if you scroll right to the bottom, Veronica Lindberg, who is the designer of this pattern, has written like row by row, or she's basically just written out the chart so you know what to do for row 5 if you're getting confused, and that was what I followed, and I didn't make any mistakes. So yeah, I was so nervous the whole time I worked that chart, but it's actually come out fine. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really worried this is huge on me. It is going to be super oversized. I do wish I had done my size.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it is too big on me.
Oh, but you spotted that really early.
I know I did. I'll try it on. Look, I did want an oversized jumper, and I do think I'll still be able to get a lot of wear out of it, but it's not going to be at all fitted.
Start again.
What? Start again?
Mm.
You're joking.
No.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
After all this work? No, wait, what I'm thinking, right, because I do love this pattern so far, I might make it again in a smaller size and a different colour after I've completed this one. I'm so paranoid about dropping stitches. Oh, it's a kind of hard to see with my shirt on, but can you see it is very, very oversized, and I think it will only grow with blocking. Oh my god, it actually looks kind of cool as a sweater vest. Maybe I won't do the sleeves, but yeah, the neckline I'm not too worried about because it is supposed to be kind of an open neck, I think. But yeah, it is going to be baggy on me, which is fine. Let me show G. It's kind of hard to tell with this shirt on, babe. It's so cool. It's so impressive, isn't it? Can you believe I made this?
It's very impressive.
But it is boxy.
But that's not the length of it though.
No. It will be longer, but just baggy. Everyone says the arms on this pattern are really tight, so I really like this with my outfit today. What do you think? Maybe I'll make a sleeveless version after this. I think that looks really cool. If you're having trouble with row 5 chart C, check out Ravelry. And I still can't believe how quick this is working up, although that might be because I've just been spending quite a lot of time on it and on no other projects because I just wanted to get this done. Hello everyone, me and Maurice here on a Friday evening, going to update you on my sweater. Slow progress this week because I've been kind of busy in the evenings, but I have been working on completing and finishing the body over the past 3 days, and I'm happy to say the body is done. So all complete. The ribbing is half twisted rib, which I really enjoy doing. I find it way quicker than doing normal ribbing. And then I was going to do tubular bind off. I think that might be recommended in the pattern, but I ended up just doing a normal bind off, kind of loosely, and I think it looks really nice. And it's still quite stretchy, so I think this will block out quite nice. Has a nice stretch to it. I quite like how it looks as well. I think that looks nice and neat. The ribbing, I want to say took 2 sittings, but those sittings were like 5 hours long. What I'm going to say is that this project has hurt my hands like no other knitting project I've ever done. My fingers are so sore. I think maybe I'm just working on it for too many hours in a row, or because it's just so much ribbing, but it's painful. The ribbing on the body took ages and was so painful on my fingers. I picked up the neckline yesterday and I did about half of it, and I finished the rest of that tonight. And again, this killed my hands because it's knit on 3mm needles, but it's done now. I haven't actually bound off or finished the neckline yet because I don't know if anyone else will have the same problem as me, or not problem, just question. In the pattern it says to just bind off loosely like that and then sew it down inside afterwards, so it's like a rounded collar. But that to me just makes no sense. Like, why wouldn't I just fold it, like knit it down and bind off as I go? So I don't know if anyone else has done that, and I don't have access to my phone right now because I'm currently backing it up upstairs. So I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of research before I finish this neckline. To me it just makes more sense to kind of knit it down and bind off, so I'm not having to go back in and sew it down afterwards. I'd love to know what you guys would think about that. So for the moment I've just cut a length of yarn 3 times longer than the neckline, hoping that will be enough to kind of knit it down, and I've put a stitch cord through it so my stitches are on hold. And then this evening I started my first sleeve, which I feel like I've been working on for about 5 hours and it doesn't even look that long yet. The sleeve was something that I was super worried about with this project because everyone online seems to say that the sleeves are way too tight, and there's also a lot of decreases quite early on. The decreases start 9 rows in, just loads of them. And so for that reason what I've done is I've casted on stitches for the sleeves for the largest sleeve size. I've casted on the sleeves for the 3XL, 4XL and 5XL size rather than a medium. Medium would have been 69, I've casted on 78. I haven't tried this on yet obviously, but I think it's looking quite alright, and it obviously will get smaller diameter wise as I do more and more decreases, so I'm hoping the sleeve will fit alright. It just seems like it will fit the body a bit more because the body is so oversized. I did actually re-measure my gauge and my gauge is spot on for this before blocking obviously. So yeah, I'm going to continue working my sleeves over the weekend. I'm really hoping I can finish one sleeve by this weekend, but as I said, my hands are not feeling great, which I've never really experienced before with knitting. I just found a 10-minute hand like knitting video on YouTube, which I just, oh no, it wasn't 10 minutes, it was just like 10 exercises you can do for your hands, and that felt really good. So I'm just going to get into the habit of taking more frequent breaks and massaging my fingers when I can. But yeah, we're making great progress. And I'm really hoping I can get it finished as soon as possible because I started this on the 9th of January, Maurice, and it's now the 24th. If I put my arm in here like that, I mean it does look kind of small, but also I think it will be fine. Oh, also one thing I should say, and I don't know if this is noticeable at all, but I'm using different needles for the arms than I did for the body. For the body I used like wooden 5mm needles, not these ones. These were the ones I did the ribbing on. But for the sleeve I bought some like shorties, and they are metal 5mm needles, and I think they say you should use the same needles throughout the project. And I understand why they say that, because I do feel like it looks the tiniest bit looser on the sleeves, but that might just be me looking for, like, when you do it like that you actually can't tell that it's any different. That's just one thing to know. I used wooden needles on the body and metal on the neckline and the arms. Right, I've been talking for 7 minutes, so I'm gonna go now. Hello, I'm trying my jumper on. Oh my god, I've got all my balls in a twist. Passed it on for my sleeve yesterday and I'm like nearly done with it. It's worked up so quickly, so I'm just about to start the eyelet section and then the triangle section and then ribbing. I think then it'll pretty much be done, but I am stressing my tits off that I don't have enough of this mohair left. I have got this much left to finish this sleeve and the other sleeve. So I'm going to weigh this now, bearing in mind I've done most of this and I'm hoping it will be enough. So this ball of mohair is 25 grams and I haven't even finished this sleeve yet. So we're hoping it's got at least, I don't know, 18, maybe more than that grams. Oh no, 12 grams left. That's less than half, and I haven't finished the sleeve yet. I'm definitely gonna run out of mohair. That's so sad. I don't have any of this left. It's so weird as well because I purchased more than enough for the medium, but I have casted on a bigger sleeve, so I might need to place an emergency order. I'm going to see how much I have left at the end of this sleeve and then recheck. But yeah, that is not going to last. That's so sad. Yeah, apart from that, I'm loving how it's looking. It's going to look so much better after it's blocked. One thing though, oh my god, this is such a girl mistake. My girl mistake is that I've got chocolate on my jumper. I was eating chocolate the other day because I'm PMSy and I got it on my cable section and I haven't been able to get it out yet. So I'm hoping with blocking I can get that out. Lesson learned, don't eat chocolate and knit at the same time. It's a moment of truth. I placed an order for another ball of mohair and it's just arrived, so we're going to see how close it matches the original one that I have. It was really hard to find this colour in the UK. I think it's a shade maybe that isn't that popular, so there was only one store I could find it from, and I paid an extortionate amount for it, considering it's like £5 a ball in Copenhagen where I originally bought this. I think I ended up paying like £17 for this, which is so annoying, but I think this means I can finish my project soon. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna get the original and see if the colour is the same. Okay, so my original mohair is Limestone Dye Lot 91098, and this one is the same. What are the chances of that? Okay, so that's one less stress because that means I don't really have to worry about the colour difference. It does look slightly different, but I'm hoping that just is because this one's a lot less dense. My other concern is that I don't have very much merino left either, and I'm not sure that this is gonna finish the whole 2 sleeves. Luckily, I do have 2 extra balls of the merino, but it's in the different dye lot. So throughout this whole project I've been using 1 strand of the old dye lot and 1 strand of the new dye lot, and I only have 2 balls of the new dye lot left. So what I'm thinking is to get up to the same point on both sleeves. I am then thinking that I am going to have to rip back this collar that I've done. I'm really glad I didn't tie this down, because I ran out of mohair for half of this collar. So the mohair ends like here, So I'm thinking of ripping back to there, getting all this yarn of the first old batch so I can finish as much as I can without there being a massive colour difference. I hope that makes sense. I think I am waffling a bit. Maybe it wouldn't be too noticeable, but I am worried about this, so I'll keep you updated on what I decide, because I do think there is a colour difference here between this one and these ones. This one's just so much darker than these, which are more white. The worst case scenario is that I have whiter cuffs on the sleeves, but we will see. We'll see how this goes. I am really annoyed at having to rip this back though, because it really hurt my hands. I feel like I've spent half this video in my dressing gown. Ignore that. It's so cold in this house. Okay, so update. I finished the last bit of one of the sleeves, so the final chart. Now all that's left to do on this sleeve is the ribbing, which is done on 3mm needles. It's 22 rounds of ribbing. I measured the yarn that I had left in this slightly more greenish colour, and it took 3 grams for like half of this. So I'm gonna say I need about, I'm going to round up, I'm going to say I need about 8 grams to complete up to this point on the other sleeve. And I've got 13 grams of the yarn left. So 13 minus 7 is, I'm going to need to get my calculator out. I can't believe I've chosen a hobby that is so mathematical, because I'm the least mathematical person there ever was. Unreally bad at maths. Like, my dad has got a maths degree and I couldn't be more opposite in terms of maths. I think I got like a D in GCSE, so maths is a struggle for me. But so that gives me 6 grams left of this after I've completed the other sleeve. But I also have the yarn in the greyish colour in the neck, and I saved enough for a bind off sew down as well. Where's that gone? Here. So what I'm going to do now is unroll it back to about halfway, and then pick up my stitches, put this on hold, try and finish as much as I can. I am not looking forward to this, because this really killed my hands when I did it. So the thought of having to redo this collar is not a nice feeling, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Okie dokie. I'm really sad about this. Wind it around my hand for now. Oh, Maurice has become very interested. Wait. No. Oh my god, no. No, 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 no. What I should really be doing is dividing the yarns up. Now it's all wet. Oh my god, this is going to take me so long to redo. 3 more rows to go. I think I'll stop there and try and pick these stitches up. Oh shit. Okay, so here is what I have left over from the collar. This is 12 grams of yarn divided by 2, because there's 2 strands of merino in this. That's 6. So I think I've got enough now. Definitely work this chart on the other sleeve. But whether or not that means I'll have enough in 6 grams to do 22 rows of ribbing on the cuffs of each sleeve, I don't think so. So feel like I haven't updated this vlog in so long, but we're so close to the end, guys. I have finally finished my Salty Days sweater. So I actually would have finished this about 3 weeks ago if I hadn't have lost a game of yarn chicken, almost, because I have to update you on what happened. So I was able to finish both cuffs with what I had in both a strand of the old dye lot and the new dye lot, and it was perfect, and that new ball of mohair that I had ordered. I did a tubular bind off on the edge. So yeah, I finished those, I want to say about 2.5–3 weeks ago, and then it was just a case of finishing off the neckline. But in the meantime, some of you left a comment on my last knitting podcast saying that if you email Knitting for Olive, they will be able to see if they have any of the old dye lot left and they can send you it. I didn't think that was a possibility, so thank you so much to everyone who said that that was an option. I ended up emailing them and they said that they would send me another 5 balls of the old dye lot. I emailed them back saying that's fine, I only need 1, like I just need enough to finish the neckline. And so they shipped a ball of the old dye lot to match, but it has been sat in Denmark customs since the 4th of February. It is currently the 11th of February, so I just don't know how long it's going to take to arrive. So in the meantime, as you saw yesterday, I decided to just unravel my gauge swatch. I didn't need to keep hold of it anyway, and use that to see how far I could get with the neckline, and I managed to hit 8 centimeters for the neck, and then decided to just bind it off then. So the original pattern I think calls for a 9 centimeter neckline, so mine's a tiny bit shorter than it was supposed to be, but it did mean that I could finish it off yesterday. So I knit it down and cast off at the same time. It's not the most unneatest, but it's not the neatest either. But I'm so happy that it's now finished. Also for the neckline, because I didn't want it to be too tight, I went up a needle size, so I bound off with a 4mm needle, and I bound off super loosely, so it's still got a super lot of stretch to it. I am a little bit concerned that as this gets blocked and worn and grows, that the neckline is gonna like really stretch out, so I have got some elastic for that just in case. And I've also kept a little stitch marker there. I haven't woven my ends in yet, just in case I do need to redo that. But I thought we could try it on now, and then I will go and block it immediately. I just can't believe I've made this, it's insane. Let's try it on. Still got chocolate on the back, by the way. I'm hoping to get that out during blocking. I also wove in all my ends whilst I was waiting for that other ball of yarn to arrive, so it feels good not to have to do that as well. Oh my god. Oh my god, it feels so soft. Like, that is my first impressions. It just feels like an absolute cloud to wear, and it obviously is going to look so much better after blocking. I haven't blocked or steam blocked this at all. I know that some people do it as they go with this project, but yeah, I'm kind of just saving it for an amazing before and after at the end. The sleeves are kind of long, and I think they're going to grow even longer whilst blocking. I hope it isn't, yeah, I hope they don't grow over like whelmingly long. I'm excited to see how this bit blocks out, because right now it's quite bulgy in comparison to the ribbing. Like, it's just a bit of a weird shape. I did the like XL sleeve length, and it is quite nice and tight still, so I'm really glad I did that. Neckline looks great. I feel like I've got a couple of holes that I wouldn't mind just weaving in some yarn behind, but I really love how these stitches line up so nicely along the neck. I think that's such a beautiful detail. The stitches could just do with evening out a bit, the cable's loosening up. I'm imagining it to grow in length just a tiny bit. But yeah, this is my Salty Day sweater before blocking. Hopefully you can dry for this weekend, because I'm going to Unravelled Festival this Saturday. It's currently Tuesday. I think if I put this next to a radiator on my blocking mats, it potentially, fingers crossed, could be dry for the weekend. So it would be really great to wear this out on her first outing this weekend. I filled my sink with water. I just use my sink. I know that's bad. I do clean it properly beforehand, but I don't have any buckets. Well, we have a bucket, but it's like full of, what do you call it? Like putty for cracks in the wall. So I'm not going to attempt to wash it in that. I use this. It's called Soak. It says 18 washes. I feel like I've used that way more because you don't need very much. Pineapple Grove, it's got a nice smell to it. You need 1 teaspoon in 1 gallon of cool water. I think that's why I use so little, because I'm just not going to use a gallon. I don't even know how much water a gallon is. You hand wash it and then you don't need to rinse. And I wash all of my knits in this, so let's put it in. I always get so nervous about this bit. And in she goes. And we need to try and get this chocolate stain out as well. Is this a gallon of water? I have no idea. Right, where is this chocolate stain? I think it's on the back here. Here it is. I think that's come out already. That's good. I'm just going to let this soak for a bit. Whoa, it's so long. It's so long already.
Search seemed much beside a massive inconvenience. Everyone was arranged with trying to get on as well as they could with reasons, making poison berries from abortion.
Here she is, all blocked out. So I haven't measured it according to measurements, but I have just tried to like line up these bits so that it's the same width, and same with this, the same length. I've got it on my husband's desk in his office because there's a radiator right here, and I found that this is the quickest way to block my garments and dry them quickest. So yeah, I'm going to shut the door on this room so the cat can't come and sit on this, because I know he will. And we'll check back in a couple of days and see if she's dry yet. Oh god, oh, nearly trod on the cat then. It's been 2 days and I think the jumper is dry. How exciting. I've just been coming in and occasionally rotating. I'm pretty sure she's ready. Oh my god, let's go try her on. I have a feeling this is going to be quite a spectacular before and after, because it already feels so much like looser. And did I get the chocolate stain out? Let's have a look. Yes, I did. That's so exciting. Yeah, this is just blocked out. Feels like it's blocked out so beautifully. Everything's just loosened up and all the textures just look so much more even and less bunchy. Again, on the sleeves, I was a bit worried about the sleeves, but they actually look fine too. So let's try her on. Oh dear, the sleeves are long. The sleeves are so long. Oh no, I could have literally done with like 5 centimeters less ribbing on the sleeves. It's too late to go back now though, isn't it? Yeah, and the neckline is super open, so I think at some point I might put an elastic in there, make it a little bit tighter. Wow, I love the length. The length is perfect. It like covers my bum, which I love in a jumper, because it means I can wear it with leggings as well as trousers. And yeah, it's a little bit of a shame about the sleeves, but it's no problem just to roll them up. I guess I could always go back in. I did do a tubular bind off on the sleeves though, so it would be a tiny bit of a pain to unstitch that and have to redo this, but I probably could do with a little bit less ribbing. So keep that in mind if you are short like me. I have got a short body, but I am so happy with this. I think it looks so professional, store-bought. The only thing that's kind of standing out to me are these little gaps up here along where I did the increases, and this was the bit that I had trouble with, right? Oh, what's that? Yeah, these are the bits that I had trouble with trying to stop getting gappy. So what I might do is take a little bit of thread tonight and just put them underneath some of those holes, just to make it a little bit less noticeable. But apart from that, everything else just looks so fantastic. I'm so proud of myself for making this for my first project of 2025, and as I would say maybe an advanced beginner knitter now. I've only been knitting a year and a month. To have made this, I'm so chuffed. Tuck it in, just see what that looks like, because I do like my jumpers tucked a bit as well. That looks so cool. And then you kind of end on that eyelet detail. So proud of myself. If any of you are thinking about making this jumper, I would highly recommend it. I think as long as you know how to do increases, which are explained really clearly in the pattern, and a yarn over, then you'll definitely be able to do this. I only know how to do a yarn over because I tried to attempt a brioche project like as my second ever knitting project, which was absolutely stupid. I still haven't finished that. It was a fluffy crop top by Leah Like, but that taught me how to do a yarn over, which this pattern, it feels, is entirely yarn overs, and the cabling is so fun as well. I do think this is such an easy pattern to follow. The instructions are so clear and well laid out. It's kind of written row by row, which makes it so easy. Anyone wanting to attempt this but talking themselves out of it because they're feeling like they haven't got the skills, I promise you, you definitely have. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but Veronica Lindberg has created a whole YouTube video on how to knit this without all the actual stitch counts and all those little details and the charts. She does show you step by step what to do for each section. So if there are little bits that you're unsure about, the fact that she's filmed that to go alongside with this gives you a little bit more help when it comes to doing it yourself. I'm very much like a visual learner. I need to see someone doing it in order to pick it up myself rather than just read it, and the fact that she's done that for this whole jumper is just amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend this pattern. Love this jumper, so proud of myself, cannot wait to get so much wear out of it. Would definitely make this pattern again, I think in a different shade. Is it worth going back in and fixing these sleeves though? Really stupid that they're so long. Can you guys let me know if you think I should redo the sleeves at some point? I hope this video has helped any of you also wanting to make it. Lots of love. Mwah.